Film fans of YouTube, hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh, your Movie Apprentice, and it is now finally time for me to talk about what, in my opinion, was the best film that I saw at the London Film Festival last month. I know I've taken a while to get through all these reviews, but trust me, we are in the home stretch on these reviews right now. And the film I'm talking about is Next Sohee, directed by Jung and starring Doona and Kim Si-Eun. The film follows Sohee, a dance loving teenager who goes on an externship to a call center where she is slowly driven to suicide by the harsh work environment, and a detective who looks into her death and the circumstances surrounding it so that we never get a next Sohee. This is based off an actual real life suicide of a girl that went to a similar externship, and I'm hoping that this film does what Parasite did to those that live in the subterranean housing, because this, for me, is one of the hardest, most intimate, most true films I have seen in a very, very long time. And the way this film is executed really is a testament to the art of storytelling, how it can shine a light on certain issues. I am not familiar with the entirety of Korean culture. I did not know externships were a thing. For those of you that do not know, it seems that externships are where students are sent to employers in subcontracted capacities to gain effectively work experience, but they are earning a wage whilst doing so. The truth behind the way these externships are chosen for the students is downright shocking. I have to praise this film for being very, very accurate when it came to depicting call centers. I have worked in two call centers in my time, and I can confirm that some of the discussions and some of just the harshness of the customers on the line, as well as some of the demands from the higher up, especially in terms of stripping away the human aspect of things and just focusing on targets and numbers, and the way they would pressure you to hit them targets and would guilt trip you to get on them targets because you're letting the rest of the team down, dragging down the team's average. That is all shockingly accurate. It is unbelievable how accurate it is. If you ever want to figure out how what it's like working in these call centers on a day by day basis, and you wonder why the person on the call center is being very unhelpful to you, this film shines a massive light on that. Next Zoe has currently been going through its festival circuit, and just like The Woman in the White Car, this film does not seem to have any wider release plans, and that shocks me, to be honest, because looking into this movie, it apparently had a massive standing ovation at Cannes when it did its closing, so I can't see why this film wouldn't get a bit more of a look in. Feels like the decision to Lee's release and the director attached to that is really pushing down the other Korean movies that are absolutely fantastic. This has been a strong year for Korean movies. And the structure of the movie really helps this work. The first part of the movie, we are just following Sohee. The film is 2 hours and 15 minutes long. I'll say a good hour and 20 of that is just following Sohee, her life, and seeing her go from this girl that loves dance, works very hard academically, and is very quick to stick up for her friends when strangers are bad mouthing them. She is absolutely fantastic in this, and Kim Si-Eun is brilliant in this role. You can really buy her slow descent to sadness, and it is honestly outstanding how well they depict the way people will just either be ignorant to how people are actually feeling and not actually asking the deeper questions. You see her with her friends, her school teachers, and her colleagues, and you can see the little things start to pile up throughout that first half. So when she does end up taking her own life, you fully buy it. Yes, it is a spoiler to say that she does top herself, but that is literally part of the plot. We need to get to know this girl so we can fully empathize and see the scenarios, just so we can truly appreciate how farcical the investigation is afterwards. Because The second half of this, once the investigation begins, will fill you with sadness, anger, frustration, and will make you morbidly laugh. The testimonies that this detective gets from the people in the latter half, it's honestly just really, really true. There is a lot of blame dodging, victim blaming, trying to pin the blame on someone else, but no one ever seems to want to take responsibility or acknowledge you might have contributed even in a small part to the suicide. Even this one character who we don't even know their name, we just see them once. They say, "Oh, I would have spoke to this person usually, but I was very busy that day." And in actual fact, we've seen the scenario and it was very quiet in this building that day, and she did want to go talk to him. She could have easily done that, but they didn't, and they just wanted to make themselves feel better by saying, "Oh, I could have done that," trying to make themselves look better in the eyes of people. The only people that seem to feel any remorse or grief or regret for the suicide of Sohee are Sohee's friends and a couple of colleagues, and it's always the people that have no real bearing on what happened, and they have no responsibility for what happened because they are the only ones that didn't contribute to the mounting toxic environment that drove Sohee to this decision. This is a massive eye opener, not just on the harshness of these externships in Korea, but just human nature in general. We want to basically make ourselves look better than what we are, and this film really highlights that. And the film's climax is very bittersweet because after a while you begin to realize that these are big things. I'm hoping that this film gets a bit more wide release so that more of a spotlight can be shined on these issues when it comes to these work externships. Like I say, this film hasn't got a wide release plan as of yet, but I very much hope it does because this film fully deserves it. Even with the person next to me in the cinema wanting to talk about what is going to happen seconds before it happens didn't stop me from enjoying the movie because it was just so engrossing. The pacing, you want her to get through this bad time, but you know it's not going to end up that way. And next, so it is really a powerful piece of filmmaking that looks into what could drive an individual to suicide, how we as humans do not want to take responsibility when a life is taken by their own selves. It just works on so many levels, and you'll feel so many emotions watching this if it does indeed get its wide release. And if you're a film distributor that somehow stumbles across this video, please pick this film up because it is fantastic. I'm going to have to say that next Sohee is a perfect cup of tea. So next Sohee, if you ever do get a chance to see it, do let me know what you thought down in the comments below. If you made this far into the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more reviews like this coming all the time. I've got a couple more of the film fest reviews to come out. I've still got to do After Sun, Matilda, and Bones and All. Those are the three that I'm definitely going to be doing. And we have Black Panther coming up very shortly as well. So stay tuned for all that. And until next time, my name is Josh. I have been Movie Apprentice, and I'll see you all in the next video.